Professor Glaser, can I inherit cancer?
You cannot. Inherit means, as I understand it, that if you're lucky enough, your parents or your spouse had lots and lots of money and it passes to you. That's inherit. There is no cancer except one very rare cancer, as rare as hen's teeth, which babies get in the eye, which is inherited. You cannot inherit cancer. So how many times I've been asked, did I inherit this from my mother, my father? And often, I can tell you, when I treated children, when parents were quarreling in my consulting room and saying, you know, John is ill because your Auntie Flo had cancer 20 years ago. The poor kid has inherited it. This is not so. We do not inherit it. But then you're going to ask me, but everybody knows cancer runs in families. 3 of my siblings had it. My parents had it. Now I've got it. This is quite common. We hear it in every pub, every restaurant, every family in the country, that certain families are prone to cancer. Now, having a predisposition, a genetic predisposition, and we must understand that we must have a genetic predisposition for anything to cause the cancer, whether it's smoking is the initiator, but the promoter of the cancer is the genetic predisposition. We have to have that genetic sequence in order to develop cancer in any organ of the body. Now, it's certainly true in certain families there will be this genetic predisposition. That I have no doubt about, that there is a predisposition in certain families. Now, some people would say this is not even true. It's purely cancer is a common disease affecting 40 to 50% of the population. So it's not a predisposition at all. It's just statistically correct. I believe there is a family predisposition, but you cannot inherit it. So I want to put everybody listening to me at rest. Just because your mother or your father or your siblings died of that disease, you will not inherit the cancer from them. And this is, I think, going to be fantastic comfort to those people who have lost parents with cancer, who have lost siblings with cancer. They will not inherit it. And this is very comforting to me, as to every other human being whose parents have died of the disease. So I emphasize, a very common disease, so even family disposition may not be important. I believe there is, because we are the genes of our ancestors, but we do not actually inherit it. We inherit blue eyes or brown eyes. We inherit tall or short. We inherit looks. There are inheritance in all our genetic makeup, but we do not inherit cancer, except in one exception, 1 or 2 cases a year. There is one inherited cancer, which is a very rare tumor in the eye of newborn babies. Thank you for listening. I hope you found this interesting, and if you did, please subscribe.